Every complex system begins with something simple. Every industry, strip away the noise, decode reality first principles.
Every year, India produces more than 1 million engineering graduates. We have it's thousands of engineering colleges. And yet, when you think of companies that changed the world with Google, NVIDIA, OpenAI, TSMC, ASML, SpaceX, very few were built in India. So here's the question. If we produce so many engineers, why don't we produce enough innovation? Today, let's decode this from first principles. Because this isn't a talent problem, it's a system problem. Imagine two students. One memorizes 500 questions. The other spends 6 months trying to solve one impossible problem. Who scores better in most Indian exams? Obviously the first one. Our education system rewards correct answers. Innovation rewards asking better questions. Those are completely different skills. From childhood, we're trained to believe there is only one correct answer. Multiple choice, board exams, JEE, GET, semester exams. The goal isn't to discover something new. The goal is to avoid making mistakes. So after 20 years, we produce amazing exam solvers. But innovation doesn't start with answers. It starts with curiosity. And curiosity usually looks like failure in an exam hall. Even today, experts argue that engineering education still relies heavily on lecture-based teaching and memorization, while industry increasingly needs hands on problem solving and systems thinking. Here's a simple first principle. People optimize for what gets rewarded. What gets rewarded in India? High marks, government job, campus placement, package, promotion. Parents proudly say, my son got 40 lakh package. Very few say, my daughter spent 8 years researching a new battery chemistry. Because research is uncertain, salary is certain. If society celebrates certainty, don't expect people to chase uncertainty. Innovation is basically choosing uncertainty every single day. Many people blame Indian parents. That's unfair. Let's understand the economics. A middle-class family spends nearly everything on education. Sometimes loans, sometimes life savings, sometimes retirement money. Their expectation is simple. Stable income, as quickly as possible. Now imagine telling them, I want to spend 7 years researching quantum computing. They hear, I don't know when I'll learn. That's terrifying. Not because they hate innovation, because they cannot afford failure. Silicon Valley has venture capital. Many Indian families are the venture capital, and families usually don't fund moonshots. They fund survival. India became an IT superpower. That's incredible. Millions escape poverty because of software services. Infosys, TCS, Wipro, HCL, these companies solved a massive employment problem. But notice what their business model optimized. Deliver projects, meet deadlines, reduce costs. Scale manpower, that's engineering excellence. But it isn't necessarily scientific innovation. When the biggest employers reward execution, universities naturally start producing executors, not inventors. People often say, why don't students innovate? Wrong question. Ask this instead. Where are they supposed to innovate? Innovation needs laboratories, equipment, mentors, funding, time, access to expensive instruments, long-term projects. Research infrastructure isn't just a building. It's an ecosystem. Without that ecosystem, talent alone isn't enough. India has increased its research output significantly over the last 2 decades, but researchers still face structural challenges such as funding delays, bureaucracy, and uneven research infrastructure. Innovation is mostly failure. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times. SpaceX rockets exploded. DeepMind trained models that didn't work. Scientists publish experiments that fail. That's normal. Now think about Indian education. 1 failed semester, 1 backlog, 1 low CGPO, and suddenly your confidence collapses. We've built a culture where failure becomes an identity instead of feedback. If people fear failure, they'll never attempt impossible things. Here's another interesting incentive. Suppose you're among the top 1%. Where do you get better research opportunities? Higher funding, better labs, bigger teams, global collaborations. For many engineers, the answer has historically been outside India. This isn't because India lacks talent. It's because talent flows toward ecosystems that maximize its potential. Movies make us believe innovation comes from one genius. Reality is different. Innovation happens when universities, industry, government, investors, and researchers work together. America didn't build Silicon Valley with engineers alone. It combined universities, venture capital, defense funding, startups, and world-class research. Innovation is an ecosystem, not a motivational speech. So, why does India produce engineers but not enough innovation? Because we've optimized for producing reliable professionals, not explorers. Our schools optimize marks. Parents optimize stability. Companies optimize delivery, students optimize placements, politicians optimize jobs. Everyone is acting rationally. But when every layer optimizes for safety, nobody optimizes for discovery. And innovation is what emerges when society collectively decides. It's okay to fail while searching for something nobody has ever built before. The good news, this is changing. More deep tech startups, more semiconductor investment, more AI research, more founders building original products. The ecosystem is improving, but ecosystems take decades to mature. So maybe the real question isn't, why doesn't India innovate? Maybe it's, Asa, have we built a system that actually rewards innovation? Because once incentives change, everything else follows. If you enjoyed this first principles decode, subscribe for more deep dives into technology, economics, and the hidden systems shaping India's future. Because the world makes much more sense once you decode it from first principles.
If you enjoyed this decode, subscribe to First Principles Decode. Join us as we uncover the first principles behind business, technology, economics, history, and the future. Thank you for watching.